Hello everyone, today we are doing cap on HackTheBox. So let's have a look at our nmap scan. We can see we have 3 services running. The one that's most interesting is port 80. So let's put in the IP address and let's put in 80 and see what we get. So we get a security dashboard where it looks like it just scans IP addresses and things. It's pretty much like a SEM security system, pretty much an overall one for like monitoring a network, I'll be guessing. So let's have a look at the security snapshots. So we're on a dashboard that looks like it just scans a network or just stores data about a network, I think. So let's just click download and see what we get. So it looks like we get a PCAP file, which is pretty much a file that you can use on Wireshark to just look at packets. And we have the number 7 here. As I've done this room before, and one of the things we could try is just to put 0 in, as this website is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, so there's not that much user sanitization, so you can look at another user's data. Normally you'd have some validation here to stop it. So let's click download again, and this time we should get cap 0. So let's just end the nmap scan and let's go to Wireshark, let's go to 0 pcap. And what we're interested in is here we have a username Nathan that looks like it's on FTP, which is unencrypted, so you can just see the actual passwords. And we can have a password here. So since we have a username and password for FTP, we can put this in and log in as this user. You normally want to use SSH for remote connections, so that's what we're going to be using instead of, well, FTP, as FTP is a bit, not that good. So we want to get the IP address of our machine, which should be here. And let's open up the command prompt and let's just put that in. We'd want to get the user data again, the password. So let's copy this, copy the value on Wireshark, and let's put in the password in SSH. Make it a bit bigger, and we are in as Nathan. So I'd probably save this password here. Well, not anywhere, I guess. So let's just go back to the terminal and let's just do ls. And as we see here, we got the user.txt flag. You can just do cat user.txt, but since I've done it, I don't need to. So what else you'd want to do is go on to linpeas. Linpeas would just help you enumerate the machine. I've done this before, so linpeas is here, but I'll show you how to do it. Let's get back to here, and let's just close Wireshark. And what you'd want to do is just do, well, I have linpeas installed on my system, so I can just do linpeas.h and it'll show me where mine's stored. You can go to GitHub and install it, but I think the command for it is sudo apt install linpeas, and this would allow you to install it on Kali and any other Linux distribution. So what we want to do is just do cd user share and cd linpeas. Let's just get into the linpeas directory, and we're in, and let's do linpeas. And if we see here, we have linpeas here, so we would want to create a Python server on our end. So let's do lin-python-m.http server. Let's do it on port 80. And pretty much you'd want to curl this. So you'd want to do wget, and the IP address for mine should be here somewhere. There's my IP address, my OpenVPN IP address. So let's put this to port 80, and you pretty much just want to do linpeas.sh and press enter, but I already have it, so I don't need to. And what would happen is just show you, it would go through here, so I don't need to do that because I've already done it. So you want to do now is just do change mod.x, and you want to do linpeas.sh, and this would give it write permission. So now what you want to do is just do / and you want to just put linpeas.sh. I'll just let this run and I'll come back once this is done. So guys, we have done the scan, and let's have a look at anything that would be interesting. So let's go back down here, and we can see here that we have Python running as netcat. So what we could do now is have a look at the Python folder. So let's just copy Python here, and let's do ls.la. And what this would do is let us see who owns this folder. And as we see, this is owned by root, and we can execute anything in the Python as Python. So pretty much we have an SUID to run Python as root, so we could just do user bin Python 3.8, which is the version that they're using. And we're in the Python terminal, so let's do import OS. So now we've done import OS, we'd want to do os.getUID.0, and what this would let us do is run as root, because root has the UID of 0. Now we want to do os system bin bash, put bin /bash and press enter, and now we have root. And if we do ID, we should get 0, as the UID for root is 0. So we should be able to just go cd root and ls, and there's root.txt, and you can cut that out. And this room pretty much done. It's pretty easy room to do, very easy.